It is true, I'm very lucky to live in the mountains of New Hampshire. I now have 3 wonderful dogs to keep me company in my office. And yes, I am partial to large pots of coffee and a nice English muffin for the writing process. But also, the view from my window is actually one of the old historic cemeteries in my town. So it is perfect for a suspense novelist. You have the beautiful mountains and you have a lot of graves to remind you of how long murder has been going on, and that even in the beautiful mountains there are still secrets left to learn. And that almost immediately has me in a writing frame of mind. Arrêtez-moi, my current release in France, brings back Inspector Dee Dee Warren. This time she has a very interesting challenge. A young woman, Charlie Grant, has approached her and claims that she will be murdered in 4 days. And she wants Inspector Dee Dee Warren to help her prevent her own murder. So for once in her life, Inspector Dee Dee Warren has a chance to possibly prevent a crime. Except who is this woman and what really will be happening in only 4 days? I'm very lucky to have spent the past 25 years writing suspense novels, and now I invite readers to help join in on the fun. If you go to lisagardner.com, my French readers are welcome to join the Kill a Friend, Mais, Mate sweepstakes, where you can nominate the person of your choice to die in my next novel. We call it literary immortality. It's like the perfect gift for the person who has everything. Kill a Friend, Mais, Mate, that's the international edition. And Arrêtez-moi, I believe one of the winners is from Istanbul. My favorite part of writing suspense is doing research for the novels. While on the one hand, like most suspense authors, I have over-the-top crimes like Arrêtez-moi, where a young girl is anticipating her own murder in 4 days. On the other hand, I want the book to feel real. So I spend a lot of time interviewing with local police. I've had the opportunity on 3 occasions now to go to the FBI Academy. You get details you couldn't get any other way. The FBI Academy is famous for one of its running courses all the agents have to go through. And to see the actual training and what it takes to make it through this program and how rigorous it is, and not just physically, but how mentally strong you have to be, it just gives you a real appreciation. And those are the kinds of details I want to try to bring to you to the book so that you can have fresh appreciation for Inspector Dee Dee Warren. One of the issues that comes up in Arrêtez-moi is something called Munchausen's by proxy. It's almost always a mother, a maternal figure, who needs to get attention and sympathy for herself by arranging it so her child is injured or might fake a sickness, and so she becomes, the tragic mom with the poor child. For Charlie, who grew up in that environment and learned to always be the victim, because that's what her mother needed, she has a particular challenge. She believes in 4 days someone's going to kill her, which means she needs to go from being the little girl who stood there and let her mom slam her fingers into a drawer, to someone who is a fighter. And it's not just even physically learning how to fight, it's mentally making that adjustment. I think one of the things that's very compelling in Arrêtez-moi is you feel Charlie's determination to try to make this journey while understanding it's harder than you think. I really enjoy hands-on research to prepare for my suspense novels. I've gone to places like the Body Farm. I don't know where normal people go on holiday, but I was very excited to go and analyze skeletal remains and learn more about how to determine time of death. For Arrêtez-moi, I had fun with my whole family. We all took up boxing. I wanted the main character of the novel, Charlie Grant, who's trying to learn how to take a stand so she can protect herself on the day of her murder. She learns how to fight, and it occurred to me, I don't know how to fight. So I found a boxing coach in my local town, and the whole family took up boxing. And it really was amazing. I mean, I've always been a novelist, I type, but the first time I had to actually hit someone and throw a punch, it was hard. The first time I got hit, it was hard, but it gives you those details that I think make the book just really interesting to read. I have really enjoyed, in the course of my writing, to bring about Inspector Dee Dee Warren's story. When I first meet her, she's a workaholic detective with no personal life. In the course of the series, she falls in love, and Arrêtez-moi, we see her a little overwhelmed, definitely exhausted, trying to figure out how to be a new mom as well as a homicide detective. But there are many more Dee Dee Warren novels to come, and her next book, she has to try to rescue the seemingly perfect family that has disappeared from a luxury house in Boston, and it turns out they're being held hostage in a maximum security prison. It's a lot of fun.